Hi, Assalamualaikum, everyone. So now we have come to the end of this chapter. Okay, so now it's time for us to discuss, for us to share what are the careers available or what we can pursue in event management. Okay, so you are interested in doing event. So what can you be after you are entering this event industry? Okay, so now let's take a look. Okay, so event management is a process of organizing a professional and focused event for a particular target audience. For example, you are conducting or you are organizing an event or a concert, and your guest, your performer at the time is Hujan Band. So of course, your target audience would be Hujan fans or indie band fans or maybe youngsters like that, and it is not suitable for senior citizen, for example. Okay, so that is basically about event management, and it involves visualizing concept, planning, budgeting, organizing, and executing events such as fashion show, musical concert, corporate seminars, exhibition, wedding celebration, theme parties, product launching, and etc. Okay, so have you ever seen any launching event that has been conducted by Apple? So their technology is, my God, beyond imagination, and it's amazing. Okay, so you can take a look few events or few product launching that has been organized by any big brand in the world. Okay, so before we check on this event management career, so we would like to know on what are the educational qualifications that we need. Okay, so the first one, diploma or degree in event management. Um, if you are about to enter event management industry, so of course you need to pursue diploma or degree in event management. But if you don't have any degree or diploma in event management, it's okay, never mind. You can have any diploma or any degree, but it must relate a bit to event management. For example, you have one or two or maybe three subjects that are related into event management. So you can always work in event industry. Then maybe next qualification, it could be diploma or degree in advertising or public relations with a specialization in event management should be ideal. This is what I mentioned earlier. Okay, so now, so what are the skills that we require? Okay, basically, the listed skills here, basically, it is for general applications. I mean, these are the general skills that we required, but okay, we can discuss, never mind. Okay, so the first one, analytical or critical thinking and problem solving. So of course, problem solving and critical thinking is important. For example, you have come to a situation which is um, it requires you to do an immediate response or decision. So that's why you need to use your critical thinking, which is you need to think very fast and very precise in order for you to make a prompt decision. Example, okay, don't be afraid of that. And then number two, client or customer service orientation, meaning here you need to have a good voice, not necessarily suara yang merdu, but in this case you need to have a voice that what we call that, bukanlah terlalu keras, or maybe that voice bukanlah suara yang like menengking, you know. Okay, so that's why you need that kind of voice. Other than that, you need to know that you need to portray a good body language. It is one of the communication. Okay, and then you need to know on good communication skill, how you are going to negotiate with suppliers, how you are going to negotiate with operators and so on. Okay, and then next one, ability to work under pressure and meet deadlines. So as I can say, all skills listed here, they are for a general work or general skills that we required for any works or any industry. Okay, so of course you will always work and you need to meet a tight deadline, so that's why you need to try to work under pressure. Maybe that kind of pressure, it could be a huge pressure, or maybe it's just a slight pressure, but you need to know how to handle that particular pressure. And then teamwork, facilitation, and cooperation. So of course, what's gonna work? Teamwork. Okay, so you need to have a very good teamwork. You need to know how to mingle around with your team member. You need to know how to make friends and to work together with your team. Okay, so everything must be in teamwork. You have the facilitation, which is you do everything in order, and you need to have a cooperation with all the team members. Okay, and then planning, coordination, and organization, which is you must be able to know how to plan and how to follow that plan. Okay, if you are about to plan but you fail to follow that plan, so there is no use for you to plan. Pening kan? So you need to plan accordingly, and at the same time you need to follow your plan. You need to follow what you have planned earlier on. Okay, by having a very good coordination and an organization. Organization here means you need to have a very good documentation organization. Okay, and lastly, good networking skill. So good networking skill meaning not only for social media, but you need to know how to react and how to build the network with other people. So when you have attended any event, so when or maybe when you are at any place, you know how to talk and start the communication with other people. In just a short time, maybe you can have more friends instead of sit at one corner and then you just play with your phone. So a good networking will make you what we call that a good networking will make you a good person, because normally in today's world, we need a good networking system, because by having a good networking, it will ensure you to catch a big fish out there under the sea. Okay, so these are the skills required. So next, we are going to take a look on what are some of the careers that may interest you. Okay, so the first one, we have event planner, and then we have wedding planner, we have event space or venue managers, sponsorship coordinator, catering service manager, and then event social media coordinator, staff or volunteer coordinator, event technician expert, and lastly, conference architect, and many more. Okay, so now let's take a look on the first one, event planner. So event planner is a very huge responsibility. From conferences to high-end galas or gala dinner, event planners do it all. So this role is a perfect fit for strong multitaskers, meaning here, if you are a multitasking person, so event planner is a very good job for you. You can do at least 3 or 4 works at one time. So that is considered as multitaskers. Okay, so before the big day, planners to choose and arrange all logistic for food, decor or decoration, personnel, presenters, and technology to pull off a flawless event. So of course, as an event planner, right before the event, normally they will have lots of sleepless nights, and they need to ensure everything must be in an order. So that's why for event planner, their paid or their salary is quite high, and they are having a very huge responsibilities. Okay, so next one, wedding planner. Can you see that? So this is a wedding dice by a popular wedding planner. This is at Yuna's wedding. So what for wedding planner? Okay, so wedding are a huge industry. Of course, everyone in this world, they wants to marry to each other, and they want to help um, a great and a very good wedding. So that's why wedding planner is one of the industry or one of the career that will have lots of demands. Okay, so during the planning phase, they help their clients to make decisions that fit their expectations and also budget. Okay, so next we want to take a look on event space or venue managers. They are experts on their own spaces and know exactly how to execute a great event in their room. For example, here, okay, so I go through a bit for the points. They know how the layout, logistic, and ambience that will work for a variety of different events. Okay, so for this case, for example, I have PWTC as a venue. Okay, so now I have PWTC as event space, and then I approach this one company or this one event company name as I forgot the name of the company, but I only remember the name of the event, Mood Republic, for example. Okay, so you approach Mood Republic team, and then you said, okay, Mood Republic, I have this space on this date, so I want you to fulfill that date. Okay, so I will give you this kind of this amount of rental, and then it's up to you for the space and for how many hours that you want to use this place. So as an event space, and then after after Mood Republic confirm that they want to rent and they want to lock our place at the specific date, and then um, they will open the event space to the vendors. So that's how they make the money. That's how they create some event in order for them to gain money. So as an event space manager, or maybe as someone that owns that particular venue, so of course you are gaining something from that. Okay, so venue managers often are also the sales and marketing managers for the space, help to bring in new events and promote upcoming shows. So if you see PWTC, of course, you will see lots of events available before COVID. Okay, so they can sometimes they can sometimes function as event planners or help the event planner in charge execute the perfect event. Okay, so next we have the sponsorship coordinator. So sponsorship coordinator helps solicit these funds by throwing lunches, dinners, and other fundraising event as a fun way to encourage donation and thank past donors. Okay, so sponsorship coordinator needs exceptional people skills, tenacity, and the ability to create meaningful relationship with sponsors. So it is very important for you to have a very good networking system. So that's why if you see or if you take a look on previous points for skills that we required in event industry, networking is important. But it doesn't mean that you really need to have networking. If you don't have any networking, you cannot work in event industry. No, you can always work in event industry even though you don't have any networking system. It's okay. So you can build one later on. Okay, so it's just being an advantage. Okay, so next, catering service manager. Do you have a love for food? Then catering manager might be the right position for you. Yeah, of course. So some people, they love presenting the food. So for certain people, they love preparing the food, and they feel very satisfied if they serve a very good food for people to eat. Okay, so catering service manager, whether you need to feed hundreds of people or design the perfect 5-course meals for an intimate dinner, his job is important in keeping guests and clients happy. So most catering managers need a background in food preparation along with formal or innate skills in planning and problem solving. I have a brother, which is my brother, my very big brother. He is a caterer, and he always have been invited to cook for 200, 300 people. So he loved cooking so much. So he will prepare all the materials that he need for that catering. So he will allocate his time, at least few hours for mise en place, meaning for food preparation. And after them, he will cook the meals by himself, and he will deliver it by himself. So he felt so happy after he received so many compliments from his customer. So I think that's a passion now. Okay, so that's why passion is important, networking is important, everything is important. Okay, for catering service manager, of course, you need to have a cooking skill. So if you know how to cook, but the taste is tasteless, you are not qualified yet to be a catering service manager or a cook at least. Okay, so next we want to see on event social media coordinator in this changing world. Okay, in this digital world, social media is one of the platforms that has a very quick growth. Okay, so that's why event social media coordinator is a new career that has been developed. Okay, so social media coordinators work to promote events on social media to gain attendees and exposure for event and venue. They may create unique hashtags to do live feeds, design digital ad campaigns, and more. So for social media, they need to handle the social media platforms, and at the same time, they need to do something like live. They need to handle or they need to prepare for what we call that, for the post and so on. Okay, so social media coordinators are integral to making the event a success and just important during event execution. So social media, they will represent the company even though they are sitting behind the stage. So social media coordinator is important because they will bring the event to you, or in other words, they will bring the event to the customer or to the clients, to the spectator. Okay, for some people or for certain people, they cannot be there at the event site, but at the same time, maybe they are following the social media of certain event. So that is the responsibility of social media coordinator, to interact and to coordinate the event social media platform. Okay, so that's why you need to be someone that is very good with technology. So next we are going to take a look on staff or volunteer coordinator. So as you can see here, this is the picture of our volunteers during SEA Games in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so it is a tough job to train large set of workers quickly and encourage productivity when your staff doesn't have as much as a stake in an event going well. So volunteer coordinator needs to be able to think quickly and problem solve for unexpected issues as well. So for volunteer coordinator, of course, certain people, they are joining to be a volunteer because they want extra money, and at the same time they want something that will give them some exposure. So that's why volunteer is important, especially for a huge event like Olympic, SEA Games. Normally this huge event involving sporting event. Okay, so That is for volunteer coordinator. And then we have event technical expert. So this is the same as important as social media coordinator. So an event tech expert is the person responsible for every technology related element surrounding an event. People will have a skeptical mind. They say if you further your study in ICT or in IT, meaning you are an IT expert, not necessarily like that. I knew some of my friends, even though they are in IT or in information technology industry, they are so kayu with this design or social media design. Okay, so this might range from audio visual related items and special effects all the way up to something as complex as your event app or other event technology. So that's why you need to do their preference or their qualification, so their skill set before you want them to do some works for you. Okay, so that is for event technical expert. And then we want to see on conference architect. Okay, so conference architect, it is similar to event designer. He is also firmly focused on the event objective and ROI. So ROI here means return on investment, but they will often look at the whole event planning and delivery process to identify areas of improvement in terms of execution. So they will take a look on the building and tailoring the whole event structure rather than just what goes inside it. So they will take a look on what the exterior of that building and also the interior of that building. So in some circumstances, a conference architect and meeting designer could work together. Okay, so these are some other careers that may available in event industry. For example, we have digital concierge, we have meeting designer, we have event videographer. So event videographer, it requires a very good videography skills. Okay, so and then we have digital analytics manager, which is these people will do all the analysis. Okay, they will do analysis of the target market, they will do analysis on certain cases. Okay, so there are lots more. And then customer experience manager, okay, they will take a look on the feedback of the customer, they will know what are the behavior of the customer. So that's why customer experience manager is important. And then event security manager, of course involving the security. And then creative director, so the term director meaning it is a very classy and high position, but at the same time you can be someone that will always make yourself a very creative thinking. So you need to think maybe I think 5 to 10 steps ahead, right? So then you have live feedback manager, florist, some more. Maybe you said, okay, maybe I don't know how to polish or to improve my skills in event industry, but what I know is a flower arrangement. But it's okay, never mind. You can be a florist too. Okay, so florist can be a supplier or maybe operator, which indirectly involved in event industry. And also last one, we have virtual event planner. So that's all I think for careers in tourism. Careers in event industry. Sorry, it's not tourism, it's event industry. Okay, so there are a lot more of careers available in event industry. Whether you want to be or you want to be involved in event industry or not, that's okay. Anything could be. Okay, so you can always be yourself, and at the same time, wherever you go or in which industry that you are going to belong to, so please polish and improve your skills and also your networking, because that will be a most valuable experience to you. Okay, so I think that's all for today's chapter. Thank you very much for listening to my discussion and experience, and also my talking. So I think that's all for today. So if you have any questions regarding this topic, so anything that you want to ask, do not hesitate to WhatsApp or PM Tepi. Okay, thank you very much from me. That's all. Bye-bye.